Okay, so this is going to be quick. I just want to introduce children to poems because I know that a lot of children are reluctant when it comes to writing poems, and they just tell you they don't know how to go about it. They might recognize poetry when they see it, but when you tell them to write poems, they tell you that they don't know how to go about it. So poetry is a form of writing that is different from story writing. So for poems, you have fewer words, the lines are spaced, and sometimes the words rhyme, sometimes they don't rhyme. So even if the words don't rhyme, it may still be a poem. So and then the words are what I call artsy. So the words paint a vivid imagination in the minds of the reader or the listener. And then reading books will also help children to be more confident when it comes to writing poems because reading poetry books will help them to be more confident, especially the very simple ones because they see that poetry is actually in most of the things they read every day anyway. So it's just to help them distinguish between normal story writing and then poems. So what I'm going to do is I will go about how to write. Sorry about the noise. I'm by the window. I'll go about how to write a simple poem, and we're going to write a poem about my favorite color because I think that's what most children can identify with, even children that are 5. So I would choose the color brown because I don't think that's anybody's favorite color really. So that I don't choose a color that another child will choose, so that the child creates his or her own. So I would choose brown. So what I did is I walked around the house to look for all the things in the house I could find in the house and around really, and I just thought about it really, all the things I could find that were brown. And so if they choose, for instance, red, they walk around the house and think about and look for things that are red around their neighborhood, or just sit down and think about all the things you have come across that have your favorite color in them. So for brown, I found skin, I found cabinet, I found chocolate, I found wood, I found shoe. So I'm now going to work on the body of my poem. So how you guide children to do this is, so think about, let's take skin for instance. Um, can give them prompts like what does it look like, what does it feel like, what is special about it. So I'd already done this exercise, so I'm just going to write what I thought about, but it's just to look for words to describe the things that they had seen around the house, and then they're going to write a short poem. So in my own case, I thought about slippery wet skin. So if your child's favorite color is red, it's obviously going to be something different. So for cabinet, I thought about big, tall cabinet. For chocolate, I thought about moist, sweet chocolate. For wood, I couldn't really think about anything for this one, but thin, wet wood. And for shoe, I thought about shiny, perfect shoe. So you see that you need a bit of vocabulary, which is why children should read and learn new words while they read. You need a bit of vocabulary to do this. And then I'm going to end it with brown. So my poem will read like this: brown, slippery, wet skin, big. And you know, when you're reading poetry, when you're reading your poems out loud, you have to, sort of dramatize. Slippery, wet skin, big, tall cabinet, moist, sweet chocolate, thin, wet wood, shiny, perfect shoe, brown. And that's a simple poem. So that is how to go about it. So for younger children who are um, who are still working on their spelling skills, they would obviously get some of the spelling wrong, but you can help them to. But don't focus on the spelling while they're trying to come up with a poem. After the poem itself, then you can now focus on the spelling so that you don't discourage them. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye.